Card Geeks, hope everyone is doing great this evening or this morning, whenever it is that you're watching this. It is Bo Jackson Battle Arena release week, and I'm excited to tell you a little bit about the different SKUs, the box configurations that you can find, and help make sure that you're armed with kind of the minimum amount of information so that the break will be as fun for you as it can be. So we have hobby boxes, 1 auto per box. We have jumbos. I don't have any jumbos here. 3 autographs per box. We have booster boxes, and in those you get an autograph. It's 2 to 4 per case. And then we have blasters. I don't have any blasters here either. And auto hit rate in those are about 1 to 3 per case. Now, a couple quick things to kind of know about Bo Jackson Battle Arena. We split the difference between a sports card product and a trading card game. There is a game. You can play it. It's a lot of fun. I'll be making content. The team will be making content. Others will be making content about that. It's dead simple. Takes 3 minutes to play or learn how to play. Bo Jackson literally learned how in 3 minutes. And, it really is a fun experience with different ways that you can play it, from something that moves as quick and peppy as, say, hands of blackjack, to something that takes about 20 minutes. But it's got as much depth as you want, or it can play as snappy and quick as you want. We're going to have some high-level tournaments that are going to be regional. We're going to have world championships. World championships, we're talking $100,000 type prize pools. And to play in that, you're going to need some big boy cards. You're going to need some rare cards to come and be able to compete there. But we'll also have different tiers that you can compete in regionally, locally, or at Worlds, and different size prize pools depending on what you're after there. And then we have spec, which is where there's a power level. It's basically a salary cap in each of the decks that makes it more accessible so that more people can play. And we have team play, solo play, a lot of wonderful things going on. One thing to know about the cards, if you've never ripped a trading card game, you may not be familiar with this card stock. This card stock is very thin. That's very intentional because you have to have playability. This is a foiled card. Try to do that with a Topps Chrome or a Panini Prism and see what your card looks like, right? This paper has a specific core in it. It's got to be more durable for the gameplay side, and it can bend, and it's a lot more flexible. I wouldn't suggest doing that to cards you want to grade, but it needs that element of playability, and that's why the cards are thin but yet very strong and durable, and you can bend them over like that. So the way this product is done, I'm going to take you through and I'm going to show you how the packs are built. And in every pack, one thing that you're going to find consistently is you're going to find a hot dog card. So all of these superheroes, Bo Jackson, he ate a radioactive hot dog and he became Bojax. The same way Peter Parker was bitten by a spider and he became Spider-Man. All of our heroes are heroes because they ate the radioactive hot dogs. We turned those radioactive hot dogs into 30 little characters that you can find in our packs. These are printed equally across the entire set. There's exactly the same number of these. They're found randomly in packs. There's 30 of them. So in a box of 20 packs, you're not going to see them equally. One, because there's 30, and if you're ripping 20 packs, they can show up in doubles. I actually haven't seen any triple ups yet, where 3 in a row, but you can see back to back. We have seen 3 in a row come out of a box. So all that can happen, and that adds a bit of a luck element. If you participate in a break, you can pick the hot dog that you like, and then you can kind of become a little fan of that hot dog. It doesn't mean anything. My favorite hot dog is right there, King Ketchup. So if I was getting in breaks and I could pay for my own, pick my spot, I'd pick the King Ketchup spot the same way you would a team. And then any pack that shows up with King Ketchup, if there's an autograph or whatever in that pack, that would be my hit if I had King Ketchup. But anyway, that's something that is a fun element. We were finding people really gravitating to the hot dogs, and they really like them. They're the energy source in the game, so you need them to kind of play the game. Again, if you want to learn how to play the game, BoBattleArena.com. There's 3 videos there. They're under 3 minutes, and you will know how to play the game. So let me open a hobby pack and a booster pack and just show you how the pack is configured. I'll start with the hobby pack, and I hope that I don't hit an autograph here. I pulled this randomly out of a box. If I hit an autograph, I'll probably have to just start the video over because everybody will assume that it was rigged. I have no idea what's in any of the boxes that we have at the office, and I certainly don't know if the pack would have had an autograph, and I see that it doesn't, so that's good, because I really didn't want to hit an autograph making this particular video. So the way this pack is going to be laid out, the hot dog card is going to be on the back. So you could pull that hot dog to the front and you can see who it is. So if we were doing one of those breaks, Twirly Girl, whoever had Twirly Girl, any hits that are in this pack would go to the person that had Twirly Girl. If you're just ripping on your own, you can leave the hot dog in the back, however you want to do it. In a hobby box, you're going to get 3 paper heroes. So those are our 3 papers. And then you're going to get 3 foiled heroes. And the weapons, there's an ice for Shrouded. And Shrouded is inspired by CJ Stroud. And he has that rookie inspired label there. Really beautiful art there from Frank Hackett. This is a really cool, almost like a Shaolin monk type character, but really cool there for Shrouded. And that's an ice weapon, so it's a little more powerful. And the rest of the pack here, we had a fire in paper for Victory, and Victory is inspired by Victor Wembanyama. Also has the rookie inspired stamp, and that's these are 2 powerful heroes here in the ice. Now, another thing you want to look for is in your plays, you want to look out for low numbered plays. That's the only hidden rarity that we have. I'm going to go through the hits for you that you can find. It's super simple, but the only thing that's kind of hidden is the plays. If the number on the play is in the Sweet 16, 1 through 16, it's very rare. It's the most rare. So you want to look out for those. Take good care of those. If it's between 17 and 32, the round of 32, those plays are also very rare. They're twice as common as the Sweet 16, but they're still very rare. Then it jumps way up for 33 to 64, and then anything above 64, so 65 and higher, those are the high numbers, and they're incredibly common. Now, if we move over to a booster pack, now watch me pull an auto out of the booster pack. As we move over to a booster pack, one of the main differences you'll see in how the overall pack configuration works is there is a hit in this pack, but it's not an autograph. So the way the configuration works in this is you get 5 paper heroes, and then you get 1 guaranteed foil in the pack. Same thing, hot dogs in the back, so boom, it comes forward. Whoever had Dijon Don, if this was a break, they're going to get the hit. One of our cooler hits is in here. I can tell you what it is. It's an 80s Rad battle foil, and I know that because I saw the border. And the 80s Rad is inspired by the Trapper Keepers of the 1980s. We have 2 80s inspired parallels. One is an SP, the Rad. It averages 1 per box in a booster. And then we have another one that I'll show you when we go through all the hits. But if we cycle through here, we get to that foil spot, and we have Tattoo is the last paper card guarding the Rad, and the Rad is triple threat, and it's triple threat in his steel weapon, and he is inspired by LaMelo Ball. But that Rad battle foil, I think, next to the autographs, which kind of stand in a lane by themselves, I think the Rads are the next coolest card. I have another card that I think is the most beautiful, but I think Rad are the coolest. I just really vibe with these and love them a lot. And so then we flip over and check and see if there were any low number plays. There actually was a round of 32 play. So that play is pretty rare. I would set that aside. It's not in the Sweet 16. It's in that next round up, but that is a rare play. So that's how the packs are built. And boosters and blasters, they are the 1 foil per pack. And then hobby and jumbo, you get the 3 foils per pack. And then again, in hobby, 1 auto per box. Jumbo, 3 autos per box. Booster, you're getting, on the autograph side, you're getting 2 to 4 per case. And on blaster, you're getting 1 to 3 per case. So let's take a quick look at some of the cards here. So these are the cards that you can find in every SKU. First, of course, is the Inspired Inks. This is Steve Young making his debut as Young Gunner. We have some big names in here. We don't have any duds in our autographs. They're 23 Hall of Fame inductions in our autographs, 6 Heisman Trophy winners. I think we have double digits in Super Bowls, almost double digits in World Series. I think it's like 6 or 7 NBA championships, something like 13 Olympic medals. So a really great list here. Allen Iverson, Brian Bosworth, Roger Staubach, Jalen Waddle, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jalen Green, Adley Rutschman, just a really, Marcus Allen. I mean, just a great autograph list that you can enjoy. And they're all turned into these heroes, and they're all making their debut and signing. So those are the autographs you can look for. And they also come in different rarities with their weapons. So the steel is the most common weapon. Then it goes Fire and Ice. When you get to Fire and Ice in autographs, they are serialized. Steel autographs are not serialized. And then you move up into the glow weapons. Those are out of 25. You get to the hex weapons. Those are out of 10. Bubblegums. The bubblegums are, I'm actually drawing a little bit of a blank. I can't remember. I don't think the bubblegums are serialized, but they're incredibly rare. And then you have your 101, your super foil, which are gold and just really, really cool and amazing cards. Next up in all the hits are the more rare weapon types. This is a glow weapon. This is inspired by Mr. Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, and this is in the glow weapon type, so a more powerful hero, and you can get glows and hex weapons, which again sit above, and bubblegum, which sit above the steel, the fire, and the ice, and they're just much more rare. And then this is one of those low number plays I was telling you about. You can see down here, this is play number 1. So if it's number 1 to 16, Sweet 16 plays, very rare. You want to pull them. This is the only thing that's kind of hidden. Everything else that's a hit looks like a hit. This will get some deflation where some of these will get thrown in the trash because people don't know what they had, or they'll get beat up in a box or whatever. And then the ones that are 17 to 32, those are pretty rare too. The Rad, we actually pulled one of these in our booster pack there, the 80s Rad Battle Foil. I really love this. And one of the things that we're going to do is at our regional play and then at our World Championships, there will be brackets where you have to have Rads to play in them, Rads and the other 80s inspired Battle Foil, which I'll show you when we get to booster exclusives. And then Bubblegum, these are super powerful. These are going to go into the Apex decks. People that are to come trying to win that highest bracket, $100,000 type prize, they're going to need these Bubblegums, which are super powerful. And you can get super powerful Rads. This is an Apex card too. Featured hero Jalen Waddle as Waddler. He's got his little penguins around him there. This is his glow weapon. It's very powerful. This is an Apex card as well. The bracket that you would play in for Rad only, it will actually have a salary cap, power cap. And the most powerful Rads, they'll go up into the Apex decks. And then the ones that are more middle down, a little bit more attainable. But Rads are very rare. They're an SP, pretty much kind of about 1 per box across the products. Obviously Blaster's not as common, but 1 per box pretty much in everything else. Let's go through some some exclusive hits. In Jumbo, you can hit these brushed metallic battle foils, and they have this brushed look to them. You can see that in the foiling here on this Jalen Green. And, that's how he signs his autograph and everything. Can't say I love it. These guys, some of them, they don't put a lot of care into that autograph, and I wish they would, but that is how he signs everything. So if we move over to Hobby, Hobby has 1 per box. You're going to get a blue battle foil that is ice, and you're going to orange battle foil that is fire. Also at the regionals and worlds, we'll have brackets where you have to have these colored battle foils. They're SPs. There will be good prizes to be won playing with these SPs. So people, I think, are definitely going to want those. Those are Hobby exclusive. Now, if we move over to our boosters, let's start with the things that are easy to find. Booster is actually, because it's a little bit more accessible, a price point that, families, you can rip that with your kids, whatever. With the Hobbies, a little more high end. The boosters do get 4 of these steel, they're silver battle foils. They're all steel weapon. You're going to see 4 of these in a box. And then you're going to get, on average, 2 of these Blizzard battle foils per box. And I think these are just beautiful. It's the hero just against that white background. And man, they really pop. These are really beautiful. Add a lot of color to a booster rip. And so those are exclusives that you'll see when you rip a booster box. Now, let's move into the things that are in booster, but are more of a chase. And the first is the other 80s battle foil. It's called Grandma's Linoleum. If you grew up in the 80s, you had a grandma, a mom, an aunt, somebody who had a pattern like this on their linoleum floor. I think it's the ugliest card in the hobby, but it's also absolutely one of the most nostalgic, and I really love it. And so when you come and play in that 80s bracket, these are the 2 types of cards that you can play with. You got the SSP and Grandma's Linoleum, and you got the Rad. And these are just going to make wonderful set builds and that sort of thing. I'm a really, really big fan of those 2 80 inspired battle foils. And then we also in boosters, we have what are called bonus plays. These are our only foiled plays. They break the rules a little bit, or a lot, because you can actually go over the play cap for a deck. Deck has 30 plays in it normally in your playbook. These allow you to go over if it's a bonus play. In fact, you have to go over. You have to put these in above the 30 slot. So there's a little bit of decision that you have to make there in how you want to configure your deck if that's what you're into. The plays, these are for people that, like I said, they want to have that 20-minute gameplay experience. It's not complicated, I promise. Bo learned how to play this game in under 5 minutes. Everything you need to know to play it is on the face of the card. It's very, very simple, but it does have depth if you want to take all these plays, collect a full set of them, and start mixing and matching them to try to make more powerful decks and be one of the best playmakers in the world. You can do that, and the game does have a lot of depth. And it also has substitution mode, which is the mode we're going to play in for the Apex, which is much more peppy and quick. Much more like a blackjack table in the speed that it goes. But again, that stuff is on the site and you can look at it. Cards that are, basically almost unattainable is a green battle foil and a pink battle foil. These are booster exclusives, but they're incredibly long shots. The green, I say that, the green is attainable. It's 1 to 2 per case on the green, but this one is in like I think we publish it at 5 to 20% of cases. So this is an incredibly long chase to get a pink, which is in that hex weapon type, that dark magic, super powerful cards there that will help anchor Apex decks. And then the other that's a really long shot in booster, this is actually a little bit of a meme, a little something funny for us. Those that know me know that I love my pups. I have Billy the Pug and I have CJ the Spaniel. And I was talking to Bo and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make my dogs sidekicks in the game, little heroes. And he's like, man, nobody wants to collect your dogs. And I was like, you wait, buddy. And I made them super powerful. They're also super rare. It felt like that the booster was the place to put them. But if you find these, I think kids will like them. I mean, I don't know. People like dogs. And these dogs they're cute little fellas, and I think people will enjoy these. They're very long shot hits. We're not actually publishing the pull rate on these. They're a long shot, but so they are very rare and they're very powerful. So they definitely play into the Apex. One thing that I would ask you to do is be sure that you shuffle your cards. One thing that we're aware of that happened at the factory, coming off the TCG line, even though we have autographs and these other sports card like things, they're not used to doing jumbo boxes. That's not something that exists in the TCG world. And so we had where some of the workers that when they would go through and get the collation, they would bring them over and they put them in basically a block in the box, and they could be on top, they could be in the middle, but the hits are kind of bunched up in a block. And we think that happened in around maybe like 100 jumbos. That's what the factory's telling me. I'm assuming that it's all of them, and I'm just asking everyone to shuffle. I think it's a good idea to shuffle your boosters, shuffle your hobby boxes, just to make sure you get a good break. If that's the worst thing that happens to us in a new alpha product, I'm pretty happy. One thing you'll find with me, I know that when this hits the street, there are going to be some imperfections, because there always are. There are for experienced companies. We're new at this. The print run is very small, and we have a chance to kind of establish this as an alpha set. And again, the print run is very small, and we're going to be releasing more stuff to help grow the franchise, grow the playability of the game for people that are into that, grow the collectability for those that are into that. But this alpha set we want to establish as something that is just super special. We did a very small release at the National, and that's what these graded cards are up here, the National 24 set. And there was a 99 autograph for Bo and some other things there, but this is the alpha set. That was just kind of a pre-release, very small thing. This is the alpha set. This is the first time with the big randomized release and that sort of thing. So super excited about that. If you happen to have a store in your area that ordered our release day bundles, you can get a bundle that has a battle trainer kit, which is just basically 2 little starter decks that train you how to play the game. It's got a blaster in that box. Then you get a separate pack that's got a promo card. This is the ice version of that promo card. You can hit it in steel, which I think is a 150 power, fire and ice, which are 160, a little bit more rare. And then those shops that ordered those release day bundles, they also have some of these cards then in glow and in hex. to use as prizes to be able to have their first tournament. And we send them some recommendations on how to play those tournaments and that sort of thing. So if you can get your hands on those release day bundles, that's a little extra piece of rarity there that you can get. So anyway, hope that's a good overview, and everyone kind of is getting fired up and excited about ripping Bo Jackson Battle Arena. It's release week, baby. Let's go.